Okay, let's try this again. What's up, you guys? What's up? What's good? What's happening, you guys? Somebody just called me out on that. I missed you guys going live. I know some of you guys are missing my face. We're just going to go live every now and then. I'm hoping once a week. Happy hump day, by the way. That's one hell of a day to pick, right? Can everybody hear me all right? The microphone's registering, but I'm not sure if it's actually working. Cancel that. Anyways, so I just had some messages that I wanted to get to you guys. I posted in the community tab about calling your energy back, and I saw some questions, really good questions in the comments, so I wanted to address that. When you are calling your energy back, there are people that could be pulling on your energy that are going to feel it. As soon as you call it back, they're going to feel you pull it. So they tend to reach out. Oftentimes, it only takes about 5 minutes to find out who these people are. Sometimes it can take up to like 20 minutes. And you might even have to call your energy back a couple of times before you recognize who it is that's taking your energy or leeching off it, considered energy vampires, right? These are the people that you want to cut out. It's been a theme in the readings, and I know it's brought on by the new year, but we are now, 3 weeks into, 3 weeks into January. But this full moon in Cancer, it's a strong one. I'm feeling it big time. I know a lot of you guys are. It's almost like a second chance at the new year. So if you brought certain things or people, situations into 2022, I always have to look to make sure I'm saying the right date. It's almost like I can't believe we're here. Wow. Anyways, if you brought them in and now you're like, ooh, I'm not sure I should have done that. This is like a second chance to flush that energy out. Okay. This full moon is bringing a lot of energy, emotions to the forefront. So I know we had this full moon 2 days ago, but you can feel them for, I think it's up to like 4 or 5 days after the full moon. You can still feel it. So if you guys missed out on your moon water or charging your crystals, you can still do that. Okay. Or if there's more purge, more release that needs to happen, because some of you guys were still in this cycle, but it's still in the collective energy right now. You're holding back what it is that now is the time to release. I understand it's hard to deal with it, but I'm telling you, if you work with this energy, now is actually the easiest it's going to be. So just get it out. Okay. Let that full moon assist you, because there's definitely new beginnings that are trying to come in. And that is a direct, indirect relation to this ascension process. For those of you guys that are doing the dark work, ascension is what happens when you go down there, you grab the information you need and you bring it to the surface. And what do you do then? You work with it. You make the changes you need to, you adapt, right? So that ascension, when you come out, you start working on it. That's not all, because then you go up again, right? That's the ascension. How far and how fast you go up the second time. So how do I want to word this in a way that I don't lose people? Because I can sometimes talk in circles and I confuse myself, or I get lost in my own conversation. As you level up, you come back to the surface and learn how to balance these new energies, this new information. You raise up again after that. That can be fast or slow. It depends on where you are in that specific cycle. When you enter a new cycle, you're not really sure what's coming, what's going on. It's almost like you've got to reintroduce yourself to the room, to the people, to the whatever. Relearn the energy, so to speak. You start realizing where the flaw in the energy is and where the growth and the potential in the energy is. So the positives and the negatives. You get a little closer and you're making good decisions now, where before you didn't really know what you were working with. Think of like a new job, right? Or a new environment, some way, somehow. So once you learn the ins and outs, you feel more comfortable, you can proceed again. As you keep proceeding, you eventually get to the next phase in your life, the next cycle, the next stage. For some of us, this ascension, on average, it would take a few months, maybe even a couple of years. It really just depends on where you are and the dynamics of that specific cycle. Some of us in the collective are going through an accelerated ascension. This happens in like days or a couple weeks, like less than a month. It's quick. When you go through an ascension, you hear the symptoms all the time. It's like the common flu where, you might have like a little bit of allergy stuff going on, flushing out. You might get a little thirsty. You might be a little more tired than normal or a little bit triggered, right? Like you're sensitive or whatever. But when you're going through an accelerated ascension, the symptoms for that are completely different. And nobody's talking about this. We need to talk about this, okay? I want to warn you guys because I went through this and I forgot until I was already in the middle of the process and there was no turning around. So, hey, Cherry B, love to see you here. I love that. Yeah, where I was going somewhere with that. And then, hey, girl. Good distractions, though. Oh, yeah. So the accelerated ascension symptoms can be drinking so much water that it's actually not good for you. Be careful. You can drink too much water. If you are fighting the sleep, you are going to exhaust yourself and almost feel like you have, what's it called? Narcolepsy, where you just boom fall asleep somewhere and you're like, whoa, I never do this. It could be like you go to somebody's house and you're not used to falling asleep on their furniture while you're visiting with them or something, and then next thing you know, your friend's waking you up and you're like, whoa, that's weird, right? Hopefully this isn't happening like at work or anything like that. Just make sure that you're giving yourself the time to sleep if you are going through the accelerated process. And if you need help, ask the divine to help you with your daily schedules, okay? And don't be surprised when it happens. The other one is the flush. So if you've ever had real Reiki, and I'm talking a real Reiki master do work on you, you guys know that you basically need to give yourself at least an hour after that Reiki session to spend in the bathroom cleaning up, okay? I don't really want to get into the details, but it involves your butt, okay? Anyways. When you're going through an accelerated ascension, it might not just be that end that needs to release. It could be your stomach needs to also release, okay? So it's going to feel like food poisoning. You need to know what you're signing up for, okay? That there's a reason that not everybody does this. And if you're wanting to do this, please be aware of what you are asking for, okay? It's a lot, especially if you guys have been wanting to take on a new diet routine. Your body will flush out what it needs to. Now, you guys know that I was working with that Moldavite. I posted the ring not too long ago. That definitely intensified why I had the symptoms that I was having, because Moldavite will do that to you. And I didn't know that until my sister told me yesterday. Oh my gosh. But before I went to bed Sunday night when all this happened to me, I actually asked God to give me that flush, that clean slate, just wipe it. If I've got karmic debt, let me pay it, Let me just tell you, the amount of things that are changing in my life are amazing. I'm so excited. And as I've been calling my energy back throughout this process over the last few days, I know who I need to steer clear from. It's become so very clear and obvious to me. I feel like I'm more connected to the angelic realm. I have gotten so many downloads for you guys and things to share with you guys. Like, oh my gosh, you guys. Hi, mamas. Hi, kitty cat. Yes. Look how big she got, you guys. Can you believe that? Her's a full-grown kitty almost. What happened? You guys remember when she was itty-bitty sitting on my shoulder when I was doing readings? Anyways. All right. So the Ascension, I talked about that. We talked about the full moon. Oh, yes. With the full moon and the Ascension, if you guys are going through this at the same time, especially with Venus in retrograde and Mercury just moved to retrograde on Friday. Holy shit. So now is not the time to hold back. If you guys have something that's been weighing heavy on you, get it out. Get it out. Say what you need to say. Cry those freaking tears. Get it out. The energy is the best right now for release. So I know it's really hard and difficult too, but I'm telling you, it's going to be the easiest time to do it is now. With all these planets here supporting you, now is the time to do it. Okay. It's a choice you have to make for yourself. But I'm literally sitting here after going through all of what I went through, telling you it's worth it. There's going to be a lot of emotions, and you guys, it's not just you. Be aware that the people around you are also going to be going through this, and they might not be aware. That's why it's so helpful to know what's going on, because then you're not so frustrated with why is this happening. That's why we want to pay attention, because we then know what we're working with and how to get through it instead of panicking. Anyways, emotions. Things that people have been holding on to and not saying, it's about to come out. I'm telling you, I have been seeing breakup after breakup in these readings, and I don't like that energy, but it's just truths coming to the surface. People can't take it anymore. They're cracking under pressure. It's a no-go. I was channeling with work. If your employer has not been giving you your due credit and you guys know who you are, it's beyond frustrating. You know that you have put up with it for so long. There is another employer. I don't know how, but they are hearing about your situation and they don't like it. They don't like that your employer is treating you like this one bit at all. They are going to offer you a job because they see your potential and they see how your current employer does not. And before you give up in whatever field you're in, this other employer is going to bring you on. I'm casting you live in my class. Oh, hi, class. Oh, that's so cool. Hey, Dee. Love you, girl. Hey, class. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Okay. Where was I? I ain't even upset. That's okay. It was a good distraction. So this other employer is going to see your potential and they're going to bring you onto their team and they're going to give you more than what your current employer is giving you. And there is absolutely room for advancement. This is not, yep. Like this is real. It feels too good to be true. This is the blessing that you have been putting up with that shit for this whole time. You are no longer going to have to put up with that. And there's payback for it, but it's in a different area because this employer is not going to give you what you deserve. For a lot of you guys, that's what's going on in the relationships or a habit, or you know what I mean? There's something that it's just not worth it anymore. Let it go, right? Let it go. Hey, Shan, Virgo in the house. So emotional release, but communication, right? A lot of that communication release with this full moon and ascension as well. If people are not telling you their truths, you're finding out some way, somehow. For a lot of you guys going through the ascension, these are the downloads that you're receiving. You're getting your spider senses. Your spidey senses are like, this one, can't trust them. That one feels good, like they've got my back. But this one, I don't know about this one. Like you're on point. Your intuition is on 100,000 and a half. Like it's insane how much energy you have because you've been calling it back and cleansing it. Some of the people that have taken your energy are taking it for their own benefit and it's toxic. So when you call your energy back, you might have to cleanse it. That's a whole nother thing that I was channeling too. Like I told you guys, there's a lot. So with that situation, these are the people that come around you to feed off you, right? So the people that essentially they're trying to sell you something and hope that you buy it. It could just be believe what they're saying. It could be a faulty product straight up. It could be your employer trying to sell you all these advancements and whatever potentialities that this job can bring to the table for you, but they're not actually trying to give it to you. They're just trying to get people hired to do the work. We'll tell you what we need you to believe, right? I don't like getting into politics, but some of you guys are like talking about politics. That always divided my household, so I never really liked the politic talk. It's coming to the light, though. For some of you, you're channeling it. For others of you, there's a little birdie. All right, you might got a group of haters over there, but there's a friend in the mix that before they walk out on these enemies, because they know if they're going to talk to you or about you like that, when you leave, when you're not there to defend yourself, they're already fully aware. They're probably talking about me the same way when I'm not here, right? And it's wrong. It's wrong. They're not participating in this conversation, for those of you that need to know that. But they're going to tell you what was said behind your back. For others of you, you're seeing the Tower moment in your readings. You're getting the Tower card a lot because, excuse me, because you might not know what's going on and you don't have a friend in the mix to come tell you, or you're not fully, I don't know if it's that you don't feel the download come in, or you don't trust your intuition, or you just really want to believe that this person is good. The divine is going to bring you the proof. And calling back your energy, I don't know why, but it seems to be the thing that's doing it for us at this time. So definitely be paying attention to that, you guys. There's a lot. There's a lot. What else was I channeling? Some of you guys are in the ethers slaying these fucking dragons. Yo, just slaying them. And you're bringing the light in. You're bringing the light in. So some of you guys, as you call back your energy, you're cleansing it. You're bringing your light back in. During this cleanse is that ascension. The blockages are going to be removed. Whatever energies were yanked from you are going to come back to you. And then whatever they were doing, they put that out there. It's going to come back to them. It's the slingshot every time. Every time. But you're in the ethers slaying the dragons. Some of you guys, it's not the dragons that you're slaying. It's actually the dragons that you're bringing in and working with. And by that, I mean, like, how do I word it? Your inner dragon getting ready to come out and just make the changes you need to make. Does that make sense? By bringing in the light too, doing it for love, with love and light. So you're doing this in a few ways. For some of you, you're in the ethers receiving the messages and making the changes. For some of you, you are in the ethers and you're bringing healing energy into the planet. So you are actually connecting. It's almost like you go into meditation and you zoom out and you just kind of see the planet in front of you, the whole earth in front of you. And you imagine, I don't care how you start this white light. I don't care how you grow this white light. But by the time you're done with this meditation, you've got the entire planet lit up. Okay, Christmas trees don't know nothing about how you are lighting up the planet right now. And you're pushing all that light into these dark places. And it's transmuting the energy. And you are actually watching the spirit realm come in and fight the battles in places that you lit up. You guys that are doing this work, keep your protection up. Because when you do work like that, you do draw attention to yourself. Just remind yourself, call back all my energy. God fights my battles. Nothing formed in the physical or the spiritual shall harm me. Amen. End of story. That's all you need to do. That's it. It really is that simple. It's a choice. You have to believe it, though. That's it. You just have to really believe it within yourself. Hey, Audra. I'm so glad you made it. Yay. What's up? Look, it's like we didn't even go anywhere. We just expanded. Yo, I love this. All right. Slaying the dragons and bringing in the light. Yes. I was also specifically for me, this is astral projection work that I'm doing in my sleep. So when I'm sleeping, I am grouping up with this team. There's more than a handful of us. And each night we go to like different places, we do different things. But essentially, what we're doing is we're coming together to fight battles that I don't know how else to word it other than to say average citizens of these places cannot fight. So it's almost like we're coming in and clearing the energy, fighting the negativity and bringing in that hope, that inspiration, that positivity, that freedom, that breath of fresh air, all the good jujus, right? All the good feelings, the warm fuzzies. And it's interesting because this team, I don't know who they are in real life, which also just makes it more fun, but it's like we all have the same vibe. I know it's a tribe, I know it's a soul family that I'm working with. And the things that we can do is what you would think as unimaginable, but the beauty is anyone can do it. They just have to choose to allow themselves to do it, which is exactly what all this stuff is, right? So, and it's neat because some people do what we would consider spiritual work, but they don't call it spiritual work, right? They're still trying to improve themselves though, and they can still see where they could use improvement or where they've made progress and congratulating themselves or celebrating it, you know, and it's still the same thing. It's just with different terms, right? Anyways. So it doesn't matter which two, three, or four of us are in a room. When you walk around, any room you go into, it's the same vibe, it's the same energy. And I was channeling that a lot of you guys are stepping into these situations, in similar situations where things are just mellow. They're calm, they're quiet, they're just, oh man, it feels good. It feels really good. And I was channeling for some of you guys, this is a family dynamic. This is a household dynamic. This is a friend group dynamic. This could even be a workplace dynamic where everybody just gets each other and they get along and they get things done. And other people are looking like, how though? How did you do that? What is your secret? Listen, right? So it's just this really overwhelming, like, look, I'm blushing. It's just a really, really good energy. It feels, oh, it's like that peace, that freedom, right? And some of you guys are really bringing that to the table now. And it's showing. Other people are jumping on board with this. Some of you guys feel like you found your tribe or you found a couple people that you know are your ride or dies, right? These are people that you know you're going to grow old with, right? They're not going to go too far, stray too far. You guys are going to stay in contact. You video chat or whatever. Look at that, 1111. Mm-hmm. I'll take that because we're definitely talking about some really positive stuff. So to see 1111 talking about that's on your divine path and what you're thinking of is manifesting really quickly, I'll take it. Hey, Zoré. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Hey, Vivian. Hey, guys. Thank you for this live. I've needed this. I've been experiencing the same thing. Yes, listen. I had to take the Moldavite off. Look at that. I'm not wearing it right now. I needed a break. I needed a pause because like so much in my life has turned upside down. Oh, they're reminding me about, yes. So I mentioned earlier about real Reiki and how you guys, you know, if you've ever had a real Reiki session, they last about an hour and it basically just realigns your chakras. It removes any of that negativity. And then you push a bunch of positive white light energy back into them. A lot of you guys might even do transmutions, right? So you'll work with the violet flame or the blue flame. That you can do yourself through meditation. But anyway, so be careful. Be careful with the Reiki masters because not everyone is who you think they are. Not everyone is who you say they are. Not everyone is as innocent as you might like to believe. And If you've had a real Reiki session done, there are several ways to tell. You're going to feel light. You're going to feel happy. You're going to feel like you lost weight. You're going to feel like you need to use the bathroom for about an hour, but you're going to feel really good afterwards. You might even be a little bit tired. Don't eat anything too heavy. Make sure you keep up with your water and you're good to go. If you have Reiki done and it's not legit, you're not going to feel like you have to purge in the bathroom. I'm talking. You're not going to feel like you have all this extra energy, like you lost weight, like you're really good, right? You're not going to feel that euphoric feeling. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you're vibing so high, it's almost like you're in a whole nother planet, even though you can see and feel that you're here in this one. It's like that euphoria that you get when you're so aligned. You're not going to feel that. You might even feel like zombie mode, numb. And that's because those Reiki masters are actually draining your energy and trying to take it on as their own. Please be aware of that. That is such a real thing, you guys. That is such a real thing. Such a real thing. I can't even explain. I've had Reiki done by 3 people. The first 2 I know were legit, but there's another one that I never really felt like any of that. I never had to purge. I never had like that euphoric because I was so high vibe from it. Like it wasn't actually a cleanse. It was a draining. I felt numb. That's an energetic vampire. That's somebody that's sucking your energy out. And it's interesting because that person, I've had other people in the community reach out to me and tell me to be careful with this person. I just didn't want to believe it. And then it became very clear because I called back all my energy. And 2 minutes later, my mail lady drops the mail off and I got a letter in the mail from that person today. I was like, well, that sucks. That sucks so much because my intention was to be doing a lot of really positive work with this person who apparently that was not their intention. And it sucks. It sucks. I'm not sure the full extent of that. I mean, I know things that I wish I didn't know about that situation, but like, then there's other things that I also know too. So it's like this weird catch-22. Yeah, Cherry Bee, yes. Today has been challenging at work, so thank you. You're welcome, girl. Listen, it's been challenging here, and you know, because I called you and told you what was going on. Whoa, what was that about, right? It was a lot of craziness. So good to see your face again. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I want to do the dailies on the table with the cards for you guys to focus on that. But I do want to come live once a week, maybe Wednesday, maybe another day, maybe I'll switch it up or something. But I'm definitely going to be coming live at least once a week so that we can just talk as a community. I love that. And I've got a lot of channeled messages that I've been receiving throughout this ascension because as I call back my energy, I heal it. I've been going through all this flush. So much like my life is a straight divine takeover right now. I wake up every morning and have no fucking idea what to expect. Like I got hit with some wild shit today. I was like, huh, what? And not even the mail. Like honestly, that was maybe like 5% of my whoa today. 5%. The rest of the day was like, and it's only 4 p.m. It's not even dinner time. It's not even dinner. And I slept in. Oy. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's see. It only takes 1 mark to be able to change impossible to impossible. I guess it would take 2 because you got to take the I and M out. Or maybe I'm not understanding what you're saying there. That's too bad that some bad apples ruin it for others. But you know what? We push through. Look at that. 1313. Lucky number 13. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I mean, they do what they do, but we just keep coming back. Like I was playing dead all week last week. I was playing dead. You know what I was actually doing? Getting all the content done for this week. It's already done. It's been done since Thursday of last week. All the readings coming out this week. And don't worry, guys, we got another round coming out tomorrow and the next day. Now that I know what kind of time I'm working with, I open personals back up. And now that I know what time I'm working with that, we're going to go live once a week too. Like, as I know what I've got going on, because things are changing up, I'll keep you updated. And yeah, but I didn't go nowhere. I didn't go nowhere. Some of the old content did, but I'm still here. That's okay. It was part of the energetic flush. I get it. I understand. And it just makes us stronger as a collective, right? Because we're a whole tribe here. We're not like the other tribes, but that's what makes us unique. And that's why we're all connected, right? Because they bring something to the table that we don't, but then we'll bring something to the table that they don't, yet we can complement each other and respect each other's differences. That's love and light, okay? I feel like there's this big, huge taking a hard look at the people and situations around us and asking ourselves, does this really fit? I mean, it's 2022, guys. That's the year of 6, harmony, balance, ooh, past energies too. So finding peace with the shit that we're still carrying, because it's time to let it go. It's been time to let it go. The idea, the notion that the divine's going to bring you someone else's man or woman, got to let it go. Putting your life on hold, waiting for other people to get their shit together. Why? Why? You should never slow down for somebody else. If anything, they should come in and help keep you motivated if you can do the same, right? No longer asking for the divine to bring somebody in that we can't do for them or ourselves, right? Unless there's some kind of reciprocity here. Helping somebody in one way and they'll help you out in another way, complementing each other. Like, it's really taking it all into consideration, and not just other people, but what we need to be holding ourselves accountable for too. I just realized that I'm wearing my Truth Be Told shirt. The merch is up, you guys. The merch is up. If you scroll down under the video, you'll see a lineup of some of the stuff you can click on. There's more over on spring. More to choose from than just what's in the lineup there. Let's see. Hoping we can go live after my work schedule cannot. Oh, okay. Hey, girl, do what you can. Don't push yourself. Same thing I've been going through. Go with the flow, because right now is not a time to fight it. It's not. Glowing up. That's what we do. Hey, Priscilla and Chris. Auntie's in here. I told you all about this. And look, it's all coming out to the yes, you did. You did too. I love it. You know, and what? Guys, can we all take a minute to pray for the people that are dealing with this volcano and this tsunami and all this ash and soot on these cities? Can we please take a minute to pray for these people going through that right now? That was brought to my attention, I believe, yesterday. We need to pray for them. There's a whole lot of people on this planet that need that. The ley lines, you guys know what I'm talking about, where you imagine the planet and however you create the light, however you expand it, bring that healing energy in. That pure white light, that's that love, that's that light. You guys would be surprised what you can do with your true and pure intentions. I can't explain it. I mean, I've got 2 witnesses that I could bring on camera. Well, one of them probably wouldn't come on camera. The other one probably would, though. I had this crazy wild dream. I woke up and my boyfriend noticed that something was wrong. He's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I can't shake the dream I just had, yo. I said, I just started flying across the sky, and I'm pretty sure I was in New York City on some bridge somewhere, and I felt like I needed to go down and be in this car. So I just kind of shot down into this car, and sure enough, there was a car accident, but there was a baby in the back seat, and I just kind of held this baby and I started screaming, help, help, help. And then I woke up and I don't know what happened to the baby, and I just feel mind fucked. I know it was just a dream, but like, I can't stop. I need to know if this baby's okay. Within an hour, my sister calls me. And she's like, hey, I just felt like I needed to call you and tell you about this article I'm reading. There was a car accident on a New York bridge, and I put her on speaker, and my boyfriend and I were like shaking. I had goosebumps. I still to this day cannot explain it to you other than this shit is so real. It's so real. Anyways, there was a 911 phone call, and she played the recording of this phone call because whoever called saved this little boy's life, and apparently they're trying to find the person and thank them or whatever. And I'm like, no one's ever going to believe me, so I never followed with that. But wow, she played the 911 call that was placed, and it was fucking my voice screaming, help us, help us, help us. I can't even explain to you guys. So if you don't think that your energy can go to another place on this planet and heal it and make a fucking difference, I am here to tell you that it can. It can. It absolutely can. I don't know how else to explain it other than to say that that's what happened. Let's see. I will, Auntie, I will. Thank you, Cherry Beam. Oh, does he, Priscilla? I'll have to check that out. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Cherry Bee. We are also feeling the effects here in Hawaii. Volcano has been erupting every day. Oh, our sister islands, Tonga, yes, and Fiji. And I'm northern islands are feeling this. Yeah, like I said, there is like towns and islands all around this thing that are just getting slammed. I mean, I can't even imagine just to breathe with all that in the air. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's scary. The power of Mother Nature. Hope you're staying safe, Lady Hawaii. Oh, yes. Thank you, you guys. Right? That's a crazy story, but I'm telling you, I got two witnesses. My boyfriend at the time and my sister. Yes, we are all being safe here, but the air quality is really bad. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even imagine. And it's hard to get supplies out. Don't you guys have to wait like 2 or 3 more days for any kind of supplies to come in? I would break down and cry. The fact that people have to suffer like that, I just don't fucking understand how so much ugly. It bothers me, you guys. I'm sorry. I want a better world. And I know it's all like fucking Disney fairy tale, but that's what I want. And so that's what I want. I just have a big heart. Whatever. Some people look at it as a weakness, but it's not. It's not. And I know that it's not. It's how I was able to save that boy on that bridge. So it's not a weakness. It's a fucking strength. It's a superpower to be able to love like that. We'll love these people back to a good situation. The earth plates that's shifting. Oh, okay. Oh, Andrea Nose is in here. Hey, girl. What's up, boo? Plate tectonics, guys. Right. Yeah, no, it's not a weakness at all. At all. A first responder. Ooh, I never thought about it like that. You know what's interesting is I always kind of wanted to work on the EMS truck specifically, but I knew that wasn't what I was supposed to do. And then I actually had these extremely vivid dreams. It felt like I was replaying something that had actually happened in my life, and I was a nurse in this war. And what happened in those dreams was wild because there was this guy that him and I developed feelings for each other. I was trying to nurse him back to health, and I was using herbs instead of modern day medicine. Anyways, our camp was run over. Our little medical area was ambushed. And we tried making it to the wood line so the trees would kind of block us so we could get out of there and at least stand a chance. But me and this guy, we made it to the wood line, but we were so busy trying to save everybody else. And I was trying to carry him because he couldn't. And I'll never forget how they shot him in the back of the head. And the spot where they shot him, I actually know someone in this lifetime that's got a pretty gnarly birthmark in that exact same spot. And it just, whew, that was too much to like coincidence. Hard to say. Hard to say. Don't drink out of my water. I don't know what's with you cats recently drinking my water. Stop. You have fresh water. Quit playing games, Miss Princess. Oh my goodness. It takes courage. Yes, it does. Our heart has power in it. The love we give has power in it. It's how we give it to others. The power of others want to take it from us. Yes. Yes. Because they wish they could love on a level like that because they think, oh, there's a few different things. There's a few different reasons. Some of them don't even want to do the work. So they want you to come into their life because you'll do the work for them because you have such a big heart. You got to watch out for these people. Some of them don't even realize that's their true intention, especially if they're not into any of this stuff. That's definitely the devil's advocate. The funny thing is, not more than 2 weeks ago, I had a dream about this. All the volcanoes are erupting in the ring of fire. Oh, yeah. I remember you talking about that too. Was it Civil War? I don't know. I don't know. I know they had the silver, like stakes, like knives, at the tips of their rifles. I think it was Civil War, to be honest with you. I really do. I do know that we weren't on our own soil. My guides had actually asked me to go there and cleanse the energy by lighting it up with that white light we were talking about, consuming the planet with white light. It could have very well been the Civil War, but I really don't know for sure. People with truly good hearts are the most courageous people on this planet. Oh, I'd like to think so. We have our insecurities too, though. Don't get it twisted. LOL. Kitty says, give me your water. I know. Like, come on now, you guys. We share a lot. That doesn't have to be one of the things we share. The heart beats before the brain develops. It's a first fruit. Oh, I love that. I get it now. Aw. I never thought about it like that. Putting food and supplies together to send to the people Tonga, and you can make care packages and give them to the Red Cross. Red Cross. Okay, thank you so much, Auntie, for letting us know. We carry this love for humanity there. Bayonet. Bayonet, yes, that's what they're called. That's what it is. It was a bayonet. Civil War music, which is why I asked. Ooh, girl, I think you just channeled that for me. Thank you. I'm going to have to meditate on that now. I'm so excited because I've been waiting for a breakthrough with that specific past life for a minute. When I got super sleepy, I can hear explosion loud enough to know it's happening, and it wakes me back up. I can't explain what I mean. I think I know what you're talking about, though. I think I know what you're talking about, though. You might even be time traveling too, though. Keep that in mind. I told you guys about how I had that one dream where I had to go back in the past to help this priest or whatever perform an exorcism. And that was some wild stuff. I didn't exactly do, like, you're not supposed to hop into the vessel and push whatever entity out because you might not be able to come out yourself. But there was a whole lot of adrenaline going on. A whole lot of adrenaline. Like, it was, I could tell this girl was going to die, and everyone in that room knew it. She was pushed to the max, and they were about to lose that battle. And I think that's why I somehow just poof showed up. It was weird. But you might be traveling. I don't know why I feel that. I mean, I've had dreams where there are dinosaurs walking this planet. And there are houses and buildings and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know. It could just be an alternate deal, right? Our brains are very creative, you guys. It's interesting too, especially when you think about the theory where when you're awake, that's actually the dream state and none of that's real. But when you're sleeping, that's actually what's real. That's a wild one to think about. That one will make you want to grab onto your bed and like not come out of your house. Oh, them rabbit holes, right? A lot of us are warriors at heart. Yes, absolutely. Watch old movies and you'll have flashbacks. I do. I love war movies. I love war movies. The strategy that goes into it and like, oh my gosh, the heart, the honor, all that. I had one guy that I dated that actually accused me of cheating on him. He thought there was another guy coming over because I was watching all these war movies. I was like, you don't even know me though. Hold on a minute. Cracks me up. But yeah, yep, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I hear the explosions or bombs in my head. I've had that happen to me, like weird things, and they'll wake me up out of a dead sleep. And like, especially if there's other people in the house and they're awake and you're like, did you hear that? And they're like, hear what? And like, come to find out nothing, they didn't hear anything, but you did. I know what you're talking about. I've actually felt shaking and I didn't know what was going on, but my neighbor came over and knocked on my door and they're like, did you fucking feel that? I was like, you felt that too? He's like, yeah, me and my old lady felt it. I think he was in the kitchen or something and she was in the shower. And I don't remember where I was, but like we all felt it. It was so weird. But nobody else around us felt it. I think some people are just really hypersensitive and can pick up on that energy. And other people, I think they've brushed it off so many times that they genuinely don't even notice it. Kind of like habits. Sometimes you do something and you don't even realize you do it until somebody else points it out and makes you think about it. And then you still don't believe that you do it until you do it again. And then you're like, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, I do that. Like I said, do. Sorry, my inner child showing up. That's all. We are able to traverse the time-space continuum. I have a deck that talks about that, and I've been feeling that card's energy. I feel like a lot of you guys, especially with the accelerated ascension, you're going to notice time is moving differently than it used to. Like things are going faster than they normally would, or something is happening legit all of a sudden. Like, oh, okay, we're doing this now. All right, let's just do that now then, I guess. Oh, there's blue and gray being. If someone drops a pan or slams a door, I jump out of my skin. Yeah. Yeah, that can be, it's a vibration. It's a vibration that gets sent out. But it's also all of a sudden really loud and will disturb the peace. Like if you're reading a book and there's all of a sudden a loud ass noise, yeah, I would jump too. You were Field Red Cross. Wait, sweetheart, you were Field Red Cross nurse in your past life. I don't know if Red Cross was around back then or not, but possibly. Possibly. I remember putting like leaves, a cream and leaves on this wound, and then putting gauze, wrapping gauze over it. It was a shot wound. He had already been shot in the stomach, but he died to a shot in the back of his head. It was insane. Always having dreams about having to save people from buildings where other things are keeping us. One dream was a golden robot bird that was keeping us. Oh yeah, because you can only type so much in a single message. I know what you're talking about. I bet you, Priscilla, you're one of the people that I've met up with, because I've met up with different teams and I've done that. The golden robot bird, though, I can't say I've done that, but I have tried going in and helping people straight up evacuate planets, help them. I can't even make this shit up, guys. One of them was a zombie apocalypse dream. Like, it gets crazy. It gets crazy. And it might not even be that that's what I was saving people from, but that's just how the divine gave it to me. That's what my human brain understood of whatever situation I was actually in. Especially if you guys wake up and you feel like you're coming out of a tunnel, whatever work you're doing, your human brain cannot compute that. So the divine literally like wipes the slate clean. Like it wipes the hard drive, erases your memory of whatever you were just doing. So if you guys have a hard time remembering your dreams, just keep in mind that might be what it is. You're doing some serious, intense spiritual work in your dreams that you are not meant to remember. And if you do remember, you better fucking write that down, because that's your soul trying to tell you something. Why am I having a moment? Somebody remembers a dream they had. There's a want, there's a desire, there's a part of your soul that wants to act on that. I don't know who that, I feel like I'm channeling somebody specific right now. It feels like romance. It feels like, I don't know. I feel like you're telling me that it's not even possible, but that's just what you're telling yourself. It is. You have to choose to believe that. There's some work that needs to be done. You can do it. You just have to choose to. But you already know this. I don't know who I'm channeling that for. I'm going to come off that energy though, because it feels a little bit confused. Somebody just needed that clarification real quick, I guess. We're almost at an hour, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up in a few minutes, okay? I just want to give you guys a heads up. Let's see. Sensitive to vibrations and energy. I can look at people, then I would remember past life after situation or afterlife situations that could happen, but I get anxiety from the things that are, yeah. Yep. Like if people come back into your life, it's because there's some kind of work that you guys are meant to work through. And we have free will. So even though you want to work through it, this other person might not want to work through it. Or maybe you guys have different things that you're working on currently. And it's, I don't know, there's a lot to that, but it does kind of sound like the first one there where you're trying to work something out. And the anxiety you're feeling is the anxiety that both of your souls want to work this out so bad, but there's a possibility it won't. And that's where the anxiety is coming from. It can also be shadow work that still needs to be done. Thank you so much for that donation. Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are awesome. I rarely remember. Yeah, listen, especially if you wake up thirsty, sweating, or feeling like you got no sleep, you were in the ethers doing some serious work. I just have a theory. Ooh, okay. I love theories. When we dream, I'm Aquarius rising. So somebody makes me think. I love that. When we dream about saving in every situation, maybe we're trying to save our atoms, our particles. Even if they're in other dimensions too. There's another reader. She's amazing. I haven't watched her stuff in a while, but when I started my spiritual journey, I learned a lot from her. Some of you guys might know Water Baby Tarot, Rodin from Water Baby Tarot. Absolutely beautiful. Check her out if you haven't yet. But she mentioned one time, and it stuck with me forever, that when you're doing certain work, why do I feel like I can't say this message? When you're doing certain work, why am I drawing such a blank right now? I love Water. Yes, she's amazing. Oh, sometimes when you're like crying or purging energy and you're not sure where it's coming from, it's not coming from you, and you're looking at your surroundings and the people around you, like it's not even coming from them. Where is this coming from? It could be a whole different dimension or a past life energy that's coming to the surface. Like it could be a lot, to be honest with you. That's why it's nice to have your mind open to really take these other ideas into consideration, these other theories, because Sometimes that's exactly where it's coming from. And when you know, it's not so frustrating because now you understand why. You're like, oh, that's why. Now I get it. Now I'm not so frustrated. Now I know how to maneuver through this energy or this process. It's exhausting sometimes. What's her face? I feel you. Yeah, premonitions can be. I was actually just talking to my sister about that. How I try to tell people in my life to stock up on food, clothes. I'm not sure why clothes, and toiletries. And then that was in February. And then later in November, the whole shall not be named shit started. And then I mentioned something else about the vaccine, and nobody believed me then either. And now everybody's got the vaccine and they're like, damn, Jess, I really wish I would have listened to you. I'm like, how are they even selling the vaccine anymore? I don't get it. Like, if you don't get the vaccine, you can get it, spread it. And what is it? If you don't have the vaccine, you have to wear a mask. You can get it, you can spread it. But if you get the vaccine, you have to wear a mask. You can get it, you can spread it. But you're vaccinated. Like, what's the fucking sell point here? I don't get it. And I've done so much research. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Whatever. Oh, I like that. That is the Earth Angels, Vessels, White Light Healers. They come to you in your sleep so you can do universal work. The next time you ladies go on this dream journey, go to the Kingdom Hall of Knowledge. Girl, listen. She knows what she's talking about. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. How can you tell if a dream is just a dream, imagination, or real? So if you wake up and you feel like you didn't get any sleep, if you're covered in sweat, or if you're really, really thirsty all of a sudden, those are some tall tale signs that was real and you were astral projecting, or there's so many terms for it. Dream walking. There's so many terms for it, but those are some really good signs for that. There's a lot of them. I would have to say Google it. I don't want to have to tell you guys to fucking Google it, but I'm almost out of time and there's a lot of comments. I want to try to get to as many as I can here. But those are definitely some of the first ways you can tell. Also, if your surroundings, like if it feels real, like you can actually feel things and smell things, and then it's probably real. Oh, excuse me. And don't be surprised if you have these dreams where you can fly or you can breathe underwater like that. You're not in the physical vessel. So you can do things that your physical vessel would hold you back from doing. It opens the realm of potentialities. I hope this is making sense. I hope that's translating for you. I hope I was able to answer that at least a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, why are we having to protect vaccinated people? If they are vaccinated, aren't they already protected? I know, it's and all the reactions, like I know people that actually everyone I know that got it had a nasty ass reaction to it. There's actually one friend of mine who told me his dad got the vaccine and he fell over dead in the fucking chair. I cannot even imagine. He refuses to get it now, of course. He's fucking traumatized. I don't blame him. But like, wow. I'm gonna give it a no. No, thank you. I think I'll just stay at home. Generally, do every single night. I thought it was menopause. Oh, honey, I know what you mean though. And I'm looking at myself like I'm way too young for that. What is going on? Ascension. I have dreams where I sneak things and can hear conversations. Ooh. Are you sneaking things or are you retrieving them, though, is what I feel like I should be asking you. I feel like those are your seeds that other people took from you, and you're literally hearing the conversations of them planning and plotting how they're going to take shit from you or stop you from moving forward. Aqua Blue, please let me know if that resonates, because I don't think you're stealing things. I think you are retrieving what was already yours. This relative perception. Oh, thank you, CNS. Makes sense. My daughter's going through it. Oh, okay. Frank says, I felt like I got superpowers. I'm totally conflicted about. Yeah, it it can be wild. Like your physical vessel holds you back from so much, but when you're not in the 3D, when you are astral projecting, you're in other dimensions. You can do other things. Like it's wild. Some of you might not even be on this planet. It's called protecting the pureness and purity of DNA and genetics. I love it. Let's talk the real stuff today. Guys, we are at an hour though. Remote viewing. Oh yeah, that could be it too. Then again, if she was there grabbing things, that's a little bit more than just remote viewing. That's actually traveling somewhere. I don't know. I don't really dabble in that stuff. When I overhear a conversation in the ethers, that's not because I'm asking to like hone in on what somebody's saying. That's because my guides are telling me you need to know what's being said about you, and I hear it. Yes, thank you. This is all new to me, learning. Oh, much love to all. Whew, this is one heck of a conversation. For yeah, that's a lot. If this is all new to you, that's a lot. It must mean that you're going through the ascension and you're ready for a whole new level of information. I'm glad we were able to help you, you know, at least start to peel the layers back on this. Not sure, like I can hear people. I can see everything, hear everything, and smell things, but they can't see me or hear me. Okay, yeah, you be careful with that. Just make sure that your ancestors and guides are watching over you, keeping you safe. You know, I watched my boyfriend's ex do a love binding on him. I couldn't stop it, but I saw it because you needed to know exactly what I'm saying. You needed to know. Be very careful with that energy, because if you're able to just open up a portal like that and see them, hear them, smell them, chances are it's because they're trying to open a portal to you, to spy on you, and you're just happening to look through their peephole, essentially. Especially if you're not comfortable with it, shut it down. And all you got to do is ask your guides. Ask God directly. The dream stuff just started for you. Okay, yeah, that's exactly why you were drawn here then. That makes sense. I wish you all the fun with it. Keep a dream journal. I'm not really one to journal, but I know that's one of like the most common things that people use to try and keep track of their dreams is a dream journal. So even though I don't do it, I always remember to throw it out there. What they didn't tell everybody is that this virus is just an upgrade of the Spanish flu from 1918. I heard that theory. All they did was change the name and make us go into a pandemic. Yeah, and it's so weird because like the US, there's more people that get sick and die from the natural flu than have this. But we shut down now instead of then. It really makes you think, you know, back for those of you guys that are in the States, if you were sick, if you had the flu, if you had the cold, your boss didn't care. Get your ass to work and do your job. You can rest after work. We need you here. But nowadays, it's like a sin, right? Like you're going to kill everybody if you do that. Like it's so crazy to think. You know, think of how fast we went from you can't be covering your face so the cameras can identify who you are in case some shit goes south in the stores to now they won't let you in without one. Like, and how fast society just whoop took this new energy on like it's the norm. I'm like, whoa. I don't know, man. A lot can change overnight. That's all I'm saying. Our body is a portal. I know that much. Absolutely. It's the new world order. Yeah. There's 2 new world orders, though. There's the high vibe and then there's the low vibe. Pick a side, y'all. I think we've already made our choice, right? I warned him, but he didn't believe me. I did a protection on myself from her. Awesome. Okay, good. You should have nothing to worry about then. Thank you, Jess. Oh, just call back your energy. And then if you need to, imagine yourself in a blue or violet flame, like the whole fire completely cleansing your energy to remove any negativity that came back with your energy when you call it back. And let you rest, get you your water. Because if you're going to flush a lot of that negative energy, you're going to need to recover from that too. It's a lot. And if you can physically feel the energy come back, then you might physically feel the purging that takes place too. Let's see. It's all about, yeah. Oh, I know. Especially when they say safe, it really means control. Anyways, guys, we've been on for an hour, so I didn't pull cards this time. I will pull cards next time that we go live. I'm not sure when that's going to be, so I don't want to make any promises right now, but it will be soon. And thank you for everybody that showed up today. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the comments, everybody being in the chat. Thank you for the donation. You guys are amazing. You guys are beautiful. I love you, and I look forward to speaking with you again very soon. It's been a privilege and an honor to work with you guys and do all this and be able to just open the floor up and have our conversations. I love it so much. I'll see you guys soon. Until then, mwah, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and namaste.